I mean, what if only the actual is possible? I have two daughters. I could have had a third child. What do we mean when we say you could have had a child, or you might have a child in the future? What's the relationship between possibility and actuality and reality? Is there a reality in which non-actual things are nonetheless real? Maybe probability isn't a thing, right? Maybe there's only actuality. Maybe there's only what happens, and at every point along the way, our notion of what could have happened or what might have happened is just that. It's just a thought. Every backward-looking regret or disappointment and every forward-looking worry is completely dependent on this notion of possibility. Like every regret is based on the sense that something else, I could have done something else. Something else could have happened. Every disposition to worry about the future is based on the feeling that there's this range of possibilities. It could go either way. Probability just describes a pattern of actuality that we've observed, right? I mean, there's certain things we observe, and those are the actual things that have happened. And we have this additional story about probability. I mean, we have the frequency with which things have happened in the past. I can flip a fair coin and I know in the abstract that I have a belief that in the limit, those flips, those tosses should converge on 50% heads and 50% tails. I know I have a story as to why it's not going to be exactly 50% within any arbitrary time frame. But in reality, all we ever have are the observed tosses, right? And then we have an additional story that, it came up heads, but it could have come up tails. Why do we think that? Right? In fact, there's, relativistically, there's the Einstein's original notion of a block universe. Space-time exists as a totality, right? And our sense that we are traveling through space-time, where there's a real difference between the past and the future, that's an illusion. But on some level, it's like, you're reading a novel, the last page of the novel exists just as much as the first page when you're in the middle of it. And they're just, if we're living in anything like that, then there's no such thing as possibility. It would seem there's just what is actual. So as a matter of our experience, moment to moment, I think it's totally compatible with that being true, that there is only what is actual. And that sounds, to the naive ear, that sounds like it would be depressing and disempowering and confining, but it's anything but. It's actually, it's a circumstance of pure discovery. Like, you have no idea what's going to happen next. The real freedom is the recognition that you're not in control of anything. Everything is just happening, including your thoughts and intentions and moods.
So life is a process of continuous discovery.
You're part of the universe. It's the miracle that the universe is illuminated to itself as itself where you sit, and you're continually discovering what your life is.